What you have just seen there is some protesters in London, near the Tower of London, UK, protesting about the new mega embassy, the Chinese CCP mega embassy, and taking over a historical site where the Mint used to be. And you can call this freedom of speech. You can criticize the government in the UK, you can criticize Donald Trump in America if you want to, or Joe Biden, the CCP. You have the freedom of speech. Something which will put you in a lot of trouble if you did this in China. Like this guy here held up a blank piece of paper to symbolize censorship and was sent to a psychiatric hospital, a mental hospital, and he videoed inside the hospital to show you what it's like. His quote was, "I had anti-government views, so they treated me for schizophrenia." It's not just one case. Searching through this, I did find another case of this lady here. Now, she is speaking in Chinese. There are the subtitles underneath, but
我人生中无数次想过我会被送进监狱，但是我从来没有想过我会被送进精神病院。在精神病院的日子是我活到现在唯一一次感觉到什么叫做绝望，什么叫做叫天天不应，叫地地不灵。你跟他说你没有病，他说这里的人都说自己没有病。你跟他说你有病，他说那你就好好在这里治疗吧。你跟他说你想出院，他说谁送的谁来接。你跟他说你想见家属，他说你的病情不适合见家属。你跟他说你不想吃药，他给你从鼻孔灌到胃里边。你跟他说要不你弄死我得了吧，他说你这是抑郁症又加重了，我给你做电击治疗吧。反正就是天王老子来了都没有用，精神病院院长来了都。我人生中无数次想。
So, in the UK, freedom of speech. Go ahead, protest outside an embassy. Tell them your point of view, making your voice heard. Even a friend of the show, Lewis, went there, and a huge protest against Chinese law, a new super embassy in London. Go and check out his channel. It's called Free China, and you can see some footage of what happened there. He did a live stream from that place. But in China, freedom of speech. They say, the people who live in China, you have freedom of speech, you have the right to protest. Yeah, as long as it's not sensitive and it's not against the government taking away your freedom of speech. So in China, this is what happens to you if you did and maybe get caught. I always watch a lot of pro-China CCP supporters, Westerners who come from Colombia, America, England, for example, and they are the amplifiers of the CCP protesting against the West. One guy was saying that Donald Trump is a dictator. Really? It just doesn't make sense at all. But they do put their videos onto YouTube and Twitter, and they do get a lot of followers. And I find it sort of like how they manipulate people when the real face of certain situations are right in their face. And I'm sure they do know about it, but they don't advertise it. They would do that. Oh, Shenzhen is a modern high-tech city with no garbage. But if you go to Shenzhen and you go off the beaten track, you will find garbage, the same as you would in New York City and London. So they're making China like a utopia and saying it's the best place and the safest place to live in the world. As we know, the safest place is Iceland, Norway, Finland, and I think Switzerland as well, even though they have guns there, but that's another thing entirely. But in China, they would say, oh, the police, they're the best in the world. When we've shown videos on this channel when the police are actually beating people up or holding them against their will related to some minor charge that they may have done or may not have done anything at all. So don't take what you see on YouTube for granted. If someone is like speaking and shows no video evidence of what he's going on about, then I would say he's amplifying the CCP. If it's someone like me who does show you the physical evidence from not Western media or Chinese media, but from Chinese citizens of showing you what's happening, then that's the one to believe. Now, it's not everywhere in China. It's the 4th largest country in the world. But we're just showing, and we're not comparing to other countries or what it's like. Even though today we are comparing about the freedom of speech, when people say in China, we have freedom of speech, when they don't. My cat is going to walk past. There she goes. God bless to all. Thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye for now.